Right, you lot, buckle up because today we're diving headfirst into the roaring world of Ferrari, specifically the prancing horses that decided to ditch the stable and hit warp speed. We're talking about the fastest Ferraris ever to grace tarmac, the ones that make your insides churn with a cocktail of fear and excitement. From screaming engines to bleeding-edge tech, these cars are the stuff of legend, pushing the boundaries of what's possible on four wheels. So get ready to feast your eyes on automotive art that's as beautiful as it is brutally fast. This is about more than just horsepower, it's about legacy, passion, and the unrelenting pursuit of speed. Let's get to it, shall we? First up, we have a car that's about as close as you can get to strapping yourself to a rocket. The 2007 Ferrari FXX Evolusion. This, my friends, isn't just a car, it's a rolling testament to Ferrari's racing pedigree. Based on the already mental Enzo, the FXX Evolution was built for one purpose and one purpose only, to decimate lap times. Under that sculpted bodywork lies a naturally aspirated 6.3-liter V12 engine that screams all the way to a spine-tingling 8,500 revolutions per minute, spitting out a tire-shredding 848 horsepower. But it's not just about brute force. This thing's got brains too. It features a sequential gearbox that shifts gears faster than you can blink, traction control that borders on telepathy, and aerodynamics that would make a fighter jet jealous. Those massive spoilers aren't just for show, they generate enough downforce to keep the FXX Evolution glued to the track, even when it's hitting ludicrous speeds. And speaking of ludicrous speeds, this beast clocks in at a top speed of 243 miles per hour. That's faster than some small airplanes. But hold your horses, because there's a catch. The FXX Evolution wasn't road legal. It was a track-only weapon, reserved for a select few who dared to tame its raw power. Ferrari invited only a handful of their most loyal and, let's be honest, wealthy customers to own and race this beast. Owning an FXX Evolution wasn't just about having a fast car, it was about buying your way into an exclusive club, a brotherhood of speed demons who lived and breathed Ferrari. They'd spend their weekends pushing these machines to their absolute limits, their hearts pounding in their chests as they wrestled with the sheer power and precision of these incredible machines. It's a symphony of noise, speed, and pure adrenaline. The smell of burning rubber, the whine of the engine hitting its red line, the sheer spectacle of it all, enough to make any petrol head weak at the knees. Next up is a car that's as beautiful as it is brutal, the 2017 Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta. Now some of you might be thinking, isn't that just a LaFerrari without a roof? Well, yes and no. You see, chopping the top off a hypercar isn't as simple as grabbing a sawzall and going to town. It takes serious engineering to maintain structural rigidity and performance. But Ferrari, being the geniuses they are, managed to not only pull it off, but create a masterpiece in the process. The LaFerrari Aperta is what happens when you take all the performance of the standard LaFerrari and add a healthy dose of open-air exhilaration. Imagine yourself behind the wheel, the wind whipping through your hair, the sun beating down on your face, and the sound of that glorious V12 engine echoing in your ears. Speaking of the engine, let's talk about the heart of this beast. The LaFerrari Aperta packs a hybrid powertrain that'll make your jaw hit the floor. It combines a naturally aspirated 6.3-liter V12 engine with an electric motor to produce a combined output of 950 horsepower. 0 to 60 miles per hour? Try a mind-bending 2.9 seconds. Top speed? A breezy 217 miles per hour. But it's not just about straight-line speed. The LaFerrari Aperta is also an absolute weapon around corners. Ferrari's engineers work their magic, ensuring that the Aperta handles like a dream, even with the roof off. It's like they somehow managed to defy the laws of physics, making a car this powerful also incredibly agile and responsive. But let's be honest, you're not buying a LaFerrari Aperta just to go fast in a straight line or carve corners like a demon. You're buying it for the experience, the sheer thrill of driving a car that's as rare as it is beautiful. Ferrari only built 210 of these beauties, and they were all spoken for before the first car even rolled off the production line. It's a testament to Ferrari's commitment to pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the world of supercars. Now let's rewind the clock a bit and talk about the car that started it all, the 2013 Ferrari LaFerrari. This was the car that proved hybrids could be seriously sexy and insanely fast. Forget your sensible Toyota Priuses, this was a hybrid with a fiery Italian heart, a car that could outgun just about anything else on the planet. The LaFerrari was a technological tour de force. showcasing Ferrari's commitment to innovation and performance. It was their first ever production car to feature a hybrid powertrain, and boy did they knock it out of the park. Underneath that sleek, sculpted bodywork lies a powertrain that's nothing short of revolutionary. Imagine this: a monstrous 6.3-liter V12 engine, plucked straight from the depths of Ferrari's racing heritage, working in perfect harmony with an electric motor. Together, they unleash an earth-shattering 950 horsepower and a mind-bending 664 pound-feet of torque. The LaFerrari can rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a mind-boggling 2.4 seconds, making it one of the quickest accelerating cars ever built. It can scream all the way to a top speed of over 217 miles per hour, leaving just about everything else in its dust. But it's not just about numbers, is it? The LaFerrari is an experience, a symphony of sound and fury that assaults your senses and leaves you breathless. The LaFerrari grips the road like a cheetah chasing its prey, its advanced aerodynamics keeping it glued to the tarmac. You take corners at speeds that would make your grandmother faint, the car responding to your every input with telepathic precision. It's a car that will forever be remembered as a landmark achievement in automotive history. Now let's travel back to a time before hybrid hypercars roamed the earth. The year is 2002, and Ferrari unveils a car that would become an instant legend: the Enzo Ferrari, a fitting tribute to the company's founder and a technological marvel for its time. Imagine this: the year is 2002, and the automotive world is still reeling from the sheer audacity of the McLaren F1. Ferrari, never one to be outdone, decides it's time to remind everyone who's boss. Enter the Enzo Ferrari, a car so extreme, so outrageously fast, that it made grown men weep with a mixture of fear and excitement. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement, a declaration that Ferrari was still the undisputed king of the supercar jungle. The Enzo was designed to be as close to a Formula One car as you could get without needing a racing license. It was packed with technology derived directly from Ferrari's F1 program, technology that was light years ahead of its time. At the heart of this beast lurked a naturally aspirated 6-liter V12 engine that sounded like the wrath of God channeled through a set of exhaust pipes. This screaming masterpiece produced a staggering 651 horsepower and 485 pound-feet of torque, enough to propel the Enzo to a top speed of 217 miles per hour. But the Enzo wasn't just about brute force, it was also incredibly agile and responsive. Its lightweight carbon fiber bodywork and advanced aerodynamics made it feel more like a go-kart than a supercar. The Enzo Ferrari wasn't just a car, it was an icon, a legend that cemented Ferrari's place at the very top of the supercar hierarchy. It was a car that inspired a generation of car enthusiasts and left an indelible mark on automotive history. And finally, we arrive at the car that started Ferrari's obsession with track-only specials, the 2005 Ferrari FXX. This, my friends, was a car that took the already bonkers Enzo and cranked everything up to 11. It was a car designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to obliterate lap times and terrify its drivers in equal measure. The FXX was a rolling laboratory, a testbed for Ferrari's most extreme and innovative technologies. It was never intended for road use. This was a purebred racing car, unleashed on the track to unleash its full potential. And what potential it had. Underneath that wild, wind-cheating bodywork lurked a modified version of the Enzo's 6-liter V12 engine. Thanks to some clever tuning and a few extra horses coaxed out of Maranello's finest, the FXX pumped out a tire-shredding 789 horsepower. But it wasn't just about power. The FXX was also lighter and more agile than the Enzo. It featured a stripped-down interior, lightweight materials, and a revised suspension setup that made it even more responsive and darty on the track. The FXX was covered in wings, spoilers, and diffusers, all meticulously designed to keep it glued to the asphalt. Driving the FXX was an experience unlike any other. It was a raw, visceral assault on the senses, a car that demanded your full attention and rewarded you with an adrenaline rush like no other. The FXX was a rare beast with only 30 examples ever built. So there you have it, lads and lasses, a glimpse into the world of Ferrari's fastest creations. These are more than just machines, they're legends, icons that have cemented Ferrari's place as a true automotive powerhouse. They're the stuff of dreams, the kind of cars that make you want to sell everything you own and hit the open road, or the racetrack in some cases. From the screaming V12S to the groundbreaking hybrid technology, these cars represent the pinnacle of automotive engineering and design. They're a testament to Ferrari's passion for performance, their unwavering commitment to pushing the boundaries of what's possible on four wheels. If you've enjoyed this high-octane journey through Ferrari's fastest, then give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to clang the bell for more automotive adventures. Until next time, keep your engines revving and your eyes on the road.